I couldn't come up with a good clickbait intro, and nobody really likes them anyway, so I've got a bunch of books back from CGC that I got graded. They're vintage. I don't know what's in here. We're going to open it up and find out. So welcome to part 1 of this vintage CGC unboxing. Did that sound too game show host? Did that sound too game show? Yeah? No? There's nobody over there. This box is heavy. Welcome to part 1 of this CGC unboxing. I'm Randy. I'm your handsome and humble host. Welcome to Swarm of Comics. Well, let's get started with the like, comment, subscribe garbage. We'll get that out of the way. Make sure you watch all my other videos. Yay, we're all happy. We're having a lot of fun here. We love comic books. Good. Dumb stuff's out of the way. Now we can get to the unboxing. This is part 1. You've probably seen it before. I like to kind of split it up, make the videos a little bit shorter, so we're not going on 45 minutes to an hour. So, just got this back. I don't know what's in there. That's kind of the status quo. If you ever watch my videos, is I don't actually know what's been submitted. My buddy Tom from, if you go to Instagram, I think it's the Silver Age Collector, or just Silver Age Collector. I should probably research that. 78 videos in, and I'm not really sure what that is yet, but I'll get it. Also, check out my new Lightning Bolt shirt. Could be Marvel Boy, could be Captain Marvel, could be Black Adam, it could be whatever you imagine. I have a link down in the description with a link to my store on TeePublic if you want fun shirts. I don't really make any money doing that. I just think the shirts are cool. I've also started to run out of shirts for my videos, so I'm starting to wear shirts more than once. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to handle it. So, all right, I have my trusty box cutter. I'm going to try and not hurt myself. I'm going to open up the box. It's probably 16 in here, 15 or 16, maybe 15. I'll do like 7 or 8 in each video. Let's see. All right, we've got one balloon animal full. Let's start with that. I don't know how many are in here. Also, it's fall right now. We're in mid-October. We're having a little spurt of nice weather here up in New England. So although I love apple cider donuts and fall foliage and all that, fall garbage, I still want to wear tank tops and shorts. I still like the summertime. So I'm going to pull these books out. I'm going to hide the grade so I don't see it. I'm going to look at the book. I'm going to make some type of weird surprised or disappointed face and see what we got. They're jammed in this little thing. Good. Sorry. I probably should have. I didn't break anything. Okay, first book. Let's see. What do we have here? This is Tales of Suspense, The Power of Iron Man. This is number 56 from 1964. It's the first appearance of the Unicorn. There's an Avengers cameo. There's a Fantastic Four cameo. And there's a Tales of the Watcher story. And there's a lot going on in here. Now you get like 20 pages of junk that, probably was stretched out. But back then, you got quality stuff in here. I submitted this because I thought it was in pretty good shape. I see a weird little indent up here that might be a tear. I see definitely some spine ticks, but if you could see it, it's really nice. The back is really nice. So we're going to see. I know Tom gave it a press for me. Maybe we can I would love to get a 6 on this. This is one of those books that you have to question whether you submit or not. It's the first appearance of the porcupine or something like that, or the unicorn or whatever it was. Nobody really cares about that. It's a minor key. I submitted it because I thought it was in pretty good shape. But if this doesn't come in at a high grade, it's basically not worth anything more than what I spent on it, which is also okay. So let's see what we got. A 5. That's super disappointing. I'd have to read what the notes are. Yeah, you know what? I can tell that there's some water damage wrinkling on here. You might be able to catch it in the light. I thought the pressing might get it out. So this book definitely presents wonderfully. It really does. You could probably see that. Or I'm also really bad at guessing grades on books. But Tales of Suspense 56 and a 5.0. Probably not the best. That's all right. I'm not disappointed. Next book. We're going to speed through these, baby. This is Johnny Quest #1, 1964. Gold Key. I'd wanted this book for a long time. I loved Johnny Quest. I probably gave you the whole rundown about Johnny Quest when I bought this and put it in a video before I got it graded. Johnny Quest was one season of an amazing cartoon that still has a legacy today. He's still in comic books. He still has cartoons. The voice of Johnny Quest was the guy Otter in Animal House, and he was also the fake dead husband of Mrs. Brady in the second Brady Bunch movie, the 1990s. But anyway, this show was too scary, too spooky, and parents and organizations said it was too violent, too scary. And it definitely scared me when I was a kid. And I never had the comic book because I just never did. So I was glad to get it. This is in rough shape. It's got tears, it's got water damage, staining. It just is what it is. It's going to come in at a low grade. That's okay. I'm just happy to have it. It came in at a 2.5. I think that's a little harsh. There is some pretty good staining on the back. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember this level of staining on here, but I don't. Maybe they spilled a cup of coffee on it, but a 2.5. A little disappointed. It's the only issue. It lasted one issue. It's adapted from the pilot episode. Yeah, the lizard men out in the Sargasso Sea. So, yeah, Johnny Quest, #1, the only one, 2.5, off white to white pages. All right, we're over 2. I think that's a little disappointing. I think honestly a 2.5 is, like, the cover's on. It's not detached. It's in good shape. Yeah, it's a little rough, but a 2.5, that's somebody's going to have a thumbnail talking about how angry they are. Okay, we can only go up from here. We can only go up from here. Be positive, guys. Be positive. All right, we'll get the little baggie off in here, and we'll check and see what we have next. Cavalier Comics. Ooh, I loved what a great shape this was in and how weird it was. Let me see a little information on 1945, and the name of the company that printed it was A.W. Nugent. It's got some waviness around the top, a little bit of color rub, but this is issue #2 with this really cool, almost like the old Prince Valiant comics artwork on there, and that is just clean. This is clean front and back. Back looks even better than the front, but apparently I'm not very good at guessing grades or figuring out what's worth grading. But if you watch any of my videos and I talk about red covers, they just pop for me. Some people love yellow covers. I think Mon Comics loves yellow covers. Some people love green. I know is it Screaming Ferret on I think it's Screaming Ferret on Instagram. He's got a good channel there. I think he loves pink covers with pink. So enough chit chat. We've got Cavalier Comics #2 from 1945, and we got a 6.0. I think that's decent. I think I was hoping for 7, but I guess I could see it. If you don't know, if you haven't submitted books or you haven't heard me talk about it, you can go in and look, and there's hopefully grader's notes. If things are in really good shape and there's really not much wrong with them, they don't usually tell you what's wrong. But this they probably would. A 6. I'm not disappointed. I was hoping for a 7. A 6 is pretty good. No complaints there. They didn't spill a cup of coffee on it at CGC. They didn't damage it at CGC. I'm happy about that. So that's the first 3 books. How are you guys doing? Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for following my channel. All right, let's hope I don't have to sneeze here. That's going to be weird to edit out. Okay. Oh, Marvel Spotlight #5. Cool book. Do I have another one up behind me? I do. Or Marvel Spotlight #5 up there in a 4.0. Why did I think mine was better? This one is rougher than that. If I was to guess, this one might come in at a 3. Could be a 2.5, but could be a 3. This is, of course, the book Marvel Spotlight, and it's the origin and first appearance of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze version, and the first appearance of Roxanne Simpson. But you already knew that. This is from 1972, and it's in rough shape. I picked it up my buddy Tom, my comic Tom, picked up a collection of books out of he was doing a delivery at a guy's house, and the guy had a trunk of comic books and ended up selling it to him. And Tom let me grab a couple from. One was a Super Magician that maybe I've already had graded, and then there was this. So that's what it came in at. 3.5. No, not bad. So pretty what I expected. 3.5. Is it a much different shape than that? So I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think this is in better shape than the one I have in a 4, but you never know what you're going to get with a grader. So I've got 2 of those now. Just, why do I have 2? It just wasn't worth passing up. Tom was trying to get rid of them quick. He gave me a good deal. I said, hey, let's just get it graded. So, all right, 4 books in. I'm happy with that. See, things are getting a little bit better. You just have to, guys, you just have to be more positive, okay? Don't be like that. Cool shirt. All right, are we ready for the next one? Oh, Adventures of Black Orchid. I picked this up at Harrison's Comics in Salem, witchy, downtown Salem, Massachusetts. I probably told you that when I picked it up if I featured it in a video. It's not super high grade, but it's not a book I love enough to chase a high grade. It was good enough to display, good enough for me to have, and I actually really liked it. Oh, and it came in at a 9.4. I saw the grade before I was going to reveal it. A 9.4. Anyway, this is actually Adventure Comics, and much like the Marvel Spotlight, these comics would sometimes feature a character, introduce them, get a feel if the general public was going to like them or not. And obviously Ghost Rider stuck around. The Black Orchid stuck around, but, you know, I don't think it was ever a big player in the DC universe, but I also don't think I expected a 9.4. So this is Origin First Appearance of the Black Orchid, Susan Linden Thorne. There's also a Dr. 13 backup story here. Cool. 1973. July, August of 73. It must have been a bi-monthly book at the time. I don't know enough about it. I know it was a clean copy. I see one good spine tick there, and I've got some blunting down in the corner. I guess the back looks good. It's got a stamp on it, which is cool. It says April 23rd, and then I can't read the rest of it. But you have to assume it's July or the summertime there. 9.4 in the Adventure Comics 428. I'll have to look that up. I'll try and put the price or the value up there for that one. But anyway, if you get down to which city in Salem, Massachusetts, there's tons of great places to visit there. Of course, you have to go to the goofy museums and the this and that. You have to go see the witch ladies and things like that. But make sure you stop by Witch City Wicks. I know the owner, Liz. And also make sure that you go to Harrison's Comics. And if you want good Asian fusion food, go to Kodo. Actually, my band has played there a million times. They have a little stage and they do shows on weekends and weekdays and fun stuff. So lots of fun stuff to do in downtown Salem, Massachusetts, including apparently pick up a 9.4 of Adventure Comics, The Black Orchid. All right, let's pull out the next balloon animal. That is 5 books, so I'll probably do a couple more. Bear with me. Fast forward like 30 seconds. As I try to figure it out. I'm going to count the books, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. 11. All right. Let's yank one out of here. See if we can get it out. We can. Let's see what we have next in this wonderful vintage submission from CGC. Yes, The Black Cat, number 9. I swear to you I'm not trying to build up a collection of all the issues of The Black Cat. This is from 1948, Harvey Publications. The Black Cat, she's the darling of the, what was it? Hollywood's glamorous detective star. I knew it was something like that. This looks like it has some staining on it. I mean, it's from 1940s. It's in rough shape. Spine's a little rough. It's a little dirty. If I felt like spending more money on these things, I could send it off to somebody and they'd probably increase the grade by at least a couple of grades, but I don't know if this was quite worth it. But this is issue number 9 of The Black Cat. Beautiful yellow cover there, so let's see what we got. 4.0, Leah Lies cover. Yeah, it's okay, not too bad. So, good. I can see that. That 4 makes me happy. All right. Couple more books here, guys. All right, what do we have? For the unboxing, Scooby-Doo 1971, not issue 7. It's actually Scooby-Doo number 6. I would love to get the first couple of Scooby-Doo issues, but they are hard to find and expensive. I bet you when I was a kid, they were probably at yard sales everywhere. I probably even had it. You know, you're getting Richie Rich and Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. And just these properties have lasted so long and they're so rare, like the Johnny Quest. There's like one issue of that. I'm dying to get Space Ghost number 1. I did just pick up Hanna-Barbera Superheroes issue 1 or 2. It's the second appearance of Ghost Rider. I should have brought that down to show you guys. So this is in rough shape. It was a book that kids read, but it's decent. I picked this up, and how does the back look? Good. Back looks good. If I could get a 5.5 on this, I would be ecstatic. Nothing really super significant about it. It just says based on the CBS television show, but it's a fun cover. 5.5. Nice. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Now, if you looked at the back, you'd think that this was going to get an 8. If you look at the front, it's a little rough. There it is. Scooby-Doo. Fun books in here. Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest, some cartoon books. Nice mix of stuff. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'll do one more. One more, and then you're just going to have to wait 1 week, and then you'll get to see the rest. But in the meantime, you can watch all of my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Last video of part 1 of this vintage CGC submission. Let's see what it is. Marvelman. All right, I probably showed you guys this at one point. You're going to hear, oh, wow, that's appropriate. Marvelman, and I'm wearing my Marvel Boy shirt on here. So this is a British publication. There's probably not many sales to even figure out much history of this and sales history and what it's worth and so forth. It is Marvelman was when Captain Marvel started becoming not popular and superheroes weren't popular. Captain Marvel kind of disappeared. You know, he eventually came back in the early 70s for Shazam, but Captain Marvel, the big red cheese and everything like that, with all the the black hair and everything like that, they turned him in the UK into a blonde superhero with a blue outfit, Marvelman, which you might know because he became Miracle Man. Alan Moore wrote famous stories about him, but even though it stopped really being published in the United States or wasn't very popular, Captain Marvel, they kept going in the UK. And I picked this up in an auction. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. I'm hoping it comes at like a 7. This is volume 1, number 74 from the United Kingdom, 1955. It doesn't even have Marvelman on the cover, which is kind of interesting. But they used to publish them weekly. It's a thinner, I think it's black and white inside and not color. But, these old classic, this is technically Golden Age in 1955 books. They would have these KKK, Ku Klux Klan ripoffs, and this one is the ZZZ, and these kind of become collectible. But again, this is obscure. It's the UK, but I really thought this was in great shape. Cover pops, and I wanted to get it graded, so it came in at a 5.5. That's way lower than I thought. Oh, geez. I should have been smart. I thought the back looked really good, and you might be able to see it's pretty dirty on the back. I don't know why that gets it down to a 5.5, because if you could see how good the cover is, the cover is absolutely spotless. I think I've got somebody who is a little harsh. I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like even the ones I'm happy with and came in, I feel like they're a little harsh. This could be worth $10 million. It could be worth $10. I don't really know, and I don't have enough background information if you guys know anything about it. But I do like it. I'm happy I have it, but I wouldn't say that was the best unboxing. And I would also say what you might have heard me say before. I think I need to be a little more careful with what I submit. I get a little excited and I'm like, yeah, submit this, submit that. It's going to be all awesome. But these vintage books get expensive. Plus, I'm having them pressed. So, a couple of good ones in there. A couple of things that I feel like should have been probably a little bit better, or that I should have kept better, had a better eye on. Had a better eye with grading. So, all right, cool. Well, that's the end of part 1. I'll see you soon for part 2. Thank you for joining me. I'm Randy at Swarm of Comics. Read your comics. Don't just put them on your wall. Read them.